You know, the more I think about it, the more I realize how many games I played during my childhood are hidden gems. I grew up with my dad's PlayStation 1 and 2, and he had a lot, and I mean a lot of games. Of course, I played the classics like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, Resident Evil, Tekken, blah blah blah, you get the point. He also had some lesser known games too, such as Bugs Bunny Lost in Time, Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters, Sheepdog and Wolf, Taz Wanted, why did he have so many Looney Tunes games, and the topic of this video, Pink Panther Pinkadelic Pursuit. Developed by Vanadu and published by Dreamcatcher Interactive, it was released in 2002 for the PlayStation, Microsoft Windows, and Game Boy Advance platforms, and it is also a platformer. Warning: for some people, using this game will require particular precautions during use. These are outlined in the attached notice. What? Will Pink Panther give me cholera? Anyways, if you couldn't tell already, this game is a 2D platformer. There are 12 levels in the game, and each of them have these record times that you can beat, and I remember it being quite hard. Probably because I was half of an embryo when I played it. So I wanted to beat them and see if they're as hard as I remember them to be. I will be also ranking each stage with this tier list right here. And if you think this idea is not original, you're wrong. I'm the first person to actually do this, and if you disagree, have a nice Christmas. Oh yeah, I should also mention that this is somewhat a guide for the game on retro achievements. And what is that, you may ask? Well, if you couldn't tell from the title, it is a site where you can collect achievements from retro games. Watch this video for a better explanation, but the game's set on retro achievements is quite simple. Achievements for beating levels, collecting all coins, beating the bosses without taking damage, and the achievements I'm focusing on in this video, the record time achievements. You can use this video as a guide on getting the record times yourself, as I will be just documenting my experience with it. Anyways, I've been dragging this intro for way too long. Let's just start the game up, and I wonder what game we're playing. Oh. This game was released in 2002. And from what I could tell, Pink Panther is visiting his uncle for some reason. Wait, is his first name Uncle, last name Pink? Or is his name Pink as well? Is everyone in Pink Panther's family called Pink? Well, technically his full legal name is Pink Panther, and that's stupid. That would be like if Crash Bandicoot's name was, Orange Rat. And as he makes his way to his very long house, he remembers all of the great deeds his uncle had done, such as being on a ship, theft, illegally putting down an animal, and being eaten alive by a dinosaur. Wait, what? And then he finds out he is dead. Pink Panther, are you blind? And that he also inherited his house and his treasure. And the game officially begins. But how do we get the treasure? I hear at least 2 people asking. And it's, well, quite simple. We go through each journey that our uncle had and commit robbery by stealing stuff from other people to get keys to unlock more levels to get the treasure. Pink Panther is a capitalist. He'll do crimes just to get money. Just like any capitalist would. Like I said, this game is a 2D platformer. The controls are simple. You have your movement keys with the analog stick or the D-pad, and you can jump with the X button. Why does Pink Panther get hiccups when you jump? What's interesting though is that if you press X again while in the air, he does this double jump thing. Well, not exactly a double jump per se, you get extra height, but Pink Panther uses his tail to glide until he reaches the floor. You also have an attack if you press the square button, and it reminds me of something, but I can't put my finger on it. Another thing you can do is pick up various items with the circle button. These are the controls you have to get accustomed to beat the record times. Now that you know the basics, let me show you how the game works with the first level of the game. The Luxitania. A ship with 6-foot-tall monkeys and bombs? Bombs on a ship! That can only end well. And what is a monkey doing here? And why won't he let me pass until I give him a banana? Well, the entire game is essentially a fetch quest simulator. A part of the level is blocked until you clear it by grabbing various items and putting them there. And then we have the bombs, which are used to clear obstructed paths. Although Pink Panther could easily just walk past these boxes, but alright. Past these boxes are...
No.
Wait, what? Now you won't budge until I give you your dinner. I mean, I can't pass really. Let me just grab it and... Oh no, he's mad. Quick, I must do something. Oh. Where did he go? I wasn't kidding when I said this game involves you doing theft. Most of the items you use, you have to steal. And, of course, the owners of the items get really mad and they'll begin chasing you. These enemies are called the chaser enemies. And only way to deal with them is to give the item to the person that wants it. Let me also quickly mention the normal enemies. You need to jump on their head or spin into them twice to kill them. Well, most of the time. Some enemies require 3 hits to defeat. And honestly, I don't know what differentiates them from the rest. I mean, they all walk left and right looking like they're about to piss themselves and pose no threat at all. But it will be useful to know, as some enemies you need to defeat to clear the pathway to beat the record times. Anyway, back to the chaser enemies. They all function the same. When you grab their item, they'll begin chasing, and like I said, they won't stop until you give the item to the guy that wants it. Or until they steal it back from you. Yes, they can steal it from you. Well, not really steal, it's theirs, but... They have the same walking speed as you, and they know the level layout perfectly. Meaning, if they steal the item back, they'll immediately make their way back to the item spawn point. And let me just tell you, if that happens and you're pretty far from that spawn point, just restart. You'll lose a lot of time, and especially in later levels, because most of them are pretty long, it's a guaranteed loss. Meaning, no record time. Another gameplay mechanic that I'll briefly mention is hiding. In some parts, when you're getting chased, you can actually hide, causing the chasers to lose track of you. But of course, as you unhide, they'll start chasing you again. This mechanic I did not use that much really. You can easily beat the levels without hiding once. And it actually loses you like up to 5 seconds. So I would recommend you not hide at all. Although there is one specific case in which you have to hide in a later level, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Now that you know how the game works, let's finally begin talking about these record times. And for Luxitania, it's 3 minutes and 15 seconds. The main thing about these record times is that you have to know the level layout pretty well. I mean, it makes sense, yeah, but you'll be surprised by how much time you lose if you forget where to go. But this level is quite simple. Maybe because this is an introductory level, but hey, that's just my theory. You can cut some time by jumping directly onto the platform where the banana is, instead of going around it. And as you... Oh yeah! You can make bombs explode automatically. You see how they have a timer? Well, if you press the magical R1 button, when you place it down, it explodes immediately. This isn't said anywhere in the game, and I really don't know why. It's really useful to know on many levels. Anyways, on the latter part of the level, you have to grab another bomb and place it near these boxes so you can go through when you steal the key. And if you're really struggling, you can skip the entire process by standing around the edge of this platform and perform a double jump. This platform has ice physics, and it can be tricky to maneuver it, especially if the chaser is right behind you. Overall, this level's record time isn't that hard, you'll probably beat it in your first attempt. The last part I mentioned may cause a little bit of trouble, but you'll get the hang of it pretty quick. I'll just quickly mention the all coins achievement for this level. There are actually some hidden ones right here at the beginning, where if you jump off the last ledge of the platform, you can access an area with coins. And there's an area behind the first chaser enemy. How are you still alive? Next up is the railway line, and as you can see, it plays completely differently from the last level where I spent 5 minutes explaining it. And, well, this is the other gameplay type. Pink Panther is on these roller skates, and I am going to call these levels auto-scrollers because you automatically move forward and you cannot turn back. There are 3 of these in the game, and they all have the same record time of 1 minute and 25 seconds. That must mean they are the same difficulty, right? Well, not really. This one, for example, is not that difficult. Although, it's not that easy either. You see, to get the record time, you cannot just play the game like this. Pink Panther is too slow. And how do you speed him up? Well, if you press down on your controller, he crouches. And not only does he crouch, Pink Panther, slow down. Oh my god! Yeah, he goes really fast. And to get the record times, you need to use it as much as you can. And that can lead to... Yeah, sometimes Pink Panther's speed can really throw you off guard. The tip I can give is before jumping onto a platform, slow down. That is, stop holding down. Another thing present in these levels are...
slow!
What? What did you say?
Slow!
Yeah, these guys. They aren't an issue really, just jump over them, but they can throw you off guard, especially this guy. Another thing I have to mention is, see how slow Pink Panther moves up a hill. To negate that, literally keep jumping until you reach the top of that hill. Overall, again, this level is not that difficult, but it is certainly harder than Lusitania. As for the all coins achievement, you cannot get every coin in one run, because there are branching paths. So, at the end of the level, just die. Since there are no checkpoints, it puts you at the very beginning, so you can take the other path. This is how the other auto-scrollers play and function too, in terms of beating the record time and getting all of the coins. So I'm not gonna go that much into detail for the rest. And I should probably move on to the next level because I can't stop thinking about the loading screen where the roller skate wheels are surgically attached to Pink Panther's feet. So yeah, let's just move on to... the construction site, part 1. What? Was the idea of a construction site that astonishing that they had to make 2 levels with the same theme? And oh my god, why is this construction site so unsafe? It has wrecking balls out in the open, wooden planks placed in the air, bombs, again? Saw blades that operate by themselves, tar, and a pit bull named Princess. And you know what? This dog always scared me as a kid, so I'm not giving it ah fuck, okay. It wants a hamburger that is bigger than this guy's head. And I don't know what's funnier, that or the fact that he gets so pissed when you steal it that he slams both of his fists against the floor. Also, here you can disguise as a pickaxe, and in the process, Pink Panther loses both of his eyes, but he's still staring right into your soul. Okay, so got past the dog and... oh, why do you have so much toilet paper out in the open? And why is there only one roll in the middle? And how the hell does this construction site have everything but the toilet paper? Just imagine how long this poor guy has been waiting. Oh wow, you were fast. Is everything okay? Okay, the record time. It's 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And, well, at first I was going to put it at a higher tier because of the last chaser enemy. You see, when he came out of the toilet, I immediately stole the key, and that makes him immediately activate. There's no animation of him getting mad, and that makes it really hard to get to the top because he is right behind you. And if he grabs the key, he doesn't go down the path you just went, he jumps off of the ledge and falls near the key spawn point. But here's a thing I found while gathering more footage that's quite interesting. You see, there are 2 types of chaser enemies. Ones that just stand still, and the others that walk. He's a walking chaser. And if he is facing his back towards you and you pick up the key, he actually won't chase you, or even play the animation before the chase until he is in your line of sight. This is how all walking chaser enemies work, by the way. With this information, when you give the guy the toilet paper, you can just wait until he turns his back towards you, grab the key, and he won't react at all until he turns around. And by then, you'll be almost at the end of the level, meaning he won't be a threat at all. And honestly, this is somewhat embarrassing because I found that out after beating all record time levels, but oh well. And the beginning is easy as well. Well, the toilet paper guy can be a threat, somewhat. But there's this shortcut you can take here. Like I said, because of the Chaser AI, it's really not that harder than Luxitania. I would tell you about the All Coins achievement, but there aren't any hidden coins. You'll get them all by just exploring the level. And with that, we can move on to... Wow, these level names are getting more and more unique, huh. With the record time of 4 minutes and 30 seconds, it is actually the longest record time in the game. That must mean it's the hardest level, right? Well, it certainly is not easy. Usually what people do in this part of the level is jump across these platforms and then have to deal with the enemies to get the candle. A much more simpler route is, while exiting for the first tomb, just fall down and keep walking. Steal the candle and run back until you see these stairs, then just simply jump back. After you blow up these comically large sticks of dynamite, you... Why does this universe have so many bombs just out in the open? And as you steal the diamond... How did they make that noise? It sounds like you offended a mole rat. But yeah, as you get diamond and go into the pyramid, the best path is to fall down and go through this passage. There's a mummy that can be pretty hard to avoid, because he'll be right where you want to go, and that can be... yeah. As you grab the bomb and get it to this tomb, place it in a blocked pathway and destroy these two enemies, especially the mummy. He will get in the way once you grab the key and escape. Wow, you sure scared me. Alright, get the key, escape, and... What? How did you get here? Yeah, once you enter a new area, the chaser enemy spawns right in front of you. That's very fun. To be honest, that caught me off guard. And there's a slim chance that you'll make it through without disguising right here, which I highly recommend. While we're on the AI, god damn can it feel like total BS. Just... yep. And along with the pyramid having ice physics, this can happen, it's just... See what I mean when I say to just restart if the chaser gets the key back? Like, come on, it feels like their walking speed is faster than yours when they steal it back. Because of the key chaser enemy and ice physics bullshit, it took me a long time to beat. Although, it only goes a tier up. Because once you know that you have to hide as soon as you enter the pyramid, the chaser becomes easier to deal with. And yes, there are harder levels than this, and that's really saying something. The first boss in the game, Plant. You see, this boss, concept-wise, is quite interesting. You have to essentially play hide-and-seek with the plant, putting bombs on its tendrils while you hide from it. As it spots you, bye-bye. Holy shit, he just got eaten alive! He is dead! Oh my god! The way it moves around is actually random, and so, on some attempts, he can just stay in your line of sight and not go away from it, which can be quite annoying. Everything I said though falls flat onto the ground. The record time is 1 minute and 25 seconds, and remember how I said that you can explode the bombs automatically by pressing R1? Well, with that knowledge, the boss becomes a cakewalk. I'm just going to show you my full unedited run of the level. There's nothing I can say, really. Once you beat the boss, the second area of the game opens, and the first level there is... the Stone Age, with a record time of 3:30. We all know the Stone Age, famous for its wooden bridges, trampolines, and, giant beehives. Alright, so the first thing you have to steal is soup? That is swamp water. There's probably an entire ecosystem in there. Don't ever speak again. And oh my god, this goes hard. I know this isn't a review of the game, but holy shit, I have to mention the soundtrack. The game is already unknown as is, and I have no clue if I'll get to talk about it again. There are two versions of the level song, one that plays throughout the level, and the one once you begin a chase. And well, most of these are so good. You're listening to the Stone Age chase song right now. Anyways, once we put off the fire and kill 1000 undiscovered species along with it, we get access to the escape thingy with smelly dinosaur egg. Why is it okay? And it's a bomb. One that has a very short timer, and you barely have enough time to place them over blocked paths, but it is manageable. Do you think this is how dinosaurs are born in the Pink Panther universe? Welcome to Earth, kid. That is how being burnt alive feels like. Anyways, once you go in this cave, you get greeted with a dinosaur who is giving the floor a big old sniff. And oh my god, I have never seen someone get this mad. And oh my, the way he runs. Okay, just have to get it to a guy that looks like a shrimp and... oh, ice physics. You know, I love ice physics. They're the greatest game mechanic the humankind have ever made. They function well, and they're a great addition to the game, and oh my fucking god, Pink Panther, just make it onto the platform before I skin you and turn you into a handbag! What's worse is that you have to get onto the ice platforms twice. One to give the bone, and the other to get the key, as you have to fall down and go on them again. A tip I can give is to try to jump onto it slowly, and don't make that much movement. What's worse is that the first section is kind of confusing for me too. It's literally two pathways, one for going into the house and the other one for exiting out of it. But it took me some time to get the hang of it, and it's just... The second auto-scroller of the game, the ice rink. Like I said, the record times are the same, and well, the level is a bit harder than the railway line. The same things apply with every auto-scroller. Hold down to boost for as long as possible, jump uphill to negate the slowdown, and fall off the level multiple times, so you can take different paths to get the All Coins achievement. There are new enemies as well, a Fiat Multipla and a police officer. And man, these police officers have to be the worst ones ever. Like, mate, where are you going? Who are you whistling at? And this guy is about to go right into that hole. This level is a bit trickier actually, especially because of this section here with the electrical wires. I don't know what it is, but they're really wonky. What I recommend is to stop holding down. It's just way too risky because you can easily fall down due to its wonky physics. This part is also hell too, with a giant ass snowball. You can go down insanely fast. And you can easily hit these big suitcases. Overall, harder than the railway line, but by not that much. Dracula's Castle, with a record time of 3 minutes and 15 seconds. You need to get this piece of gum, a puzzle piece, and give it to Dead Luigi. The item itself is hidden in this maze. Well, I would say a maze, but you literally have to go to the last doors to get to the item. As you go past the funny skeleton, you have to make your way up these platforms and you get to a stack of hay. You sound like a dying cow. Okay, deliver the pillow, now let's get the key and... oh. Well, let's try again and... maybe if I jump. No. The fuck? Well, do you know what you have to do? This. How was anyone supposed to figure that out? Again, I found this when I was collecting footage by accident. I never knew you could hide there, so all my attempts were me trying to get past him like that. That makes the level 10 times easier, but I'm still putting it as the hardest level in the game, because oh my god, how was anyone supposed to figure that out? Just gonna mention that I recommend killing these bats before you get the pillow. They get in the way. And this ghost here, because he'll be in the way when you get the key. Oh yeah, the all coins achievement. To get the coins that are blocked behind these explosives, just grab the candle and just backtrack for the door where the barrel is located. And there are some extra coins hidden here as you enter the room where Mr. Funnybone is. Just go left. They're hidden behind this heart here. The second boss of the game, with a very creative name. The level starts and... oh, hi mate. Are you about to ask me if I got any games on my phone? This boss is a dumbed down version of Donkey Kong, and what you have to do is to put both a bomb and a bone on the final platform. Do that 3 times and boom, you're done. You need to put the bomb first, then the bone by the way, as if you put just the bone, he'll eat it immediately. This boss fight is quite easy too. Dodging the boulders is not that difficult, and even if you get hit, you don't lose that much time anyway. The record time is 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and you can easily beat it in half of the time. Just grab the bone, jump onto the platform where the bombs are, replace the bone with the bomb, put the bomb on the final platform, then the bone, and do that 2 more times. I don't really have that much to say, it's as underwhelming as the plant. As for getting the hitless achievement, do the same thing. But as you damage the dinosaur, go back to the platform where the bombs are located, and wait for him to drop a boulder. Wait for it to go down and follow it. Then as you make your way back up, jump over the boulder that's coming down, and do that 1 more time. It's not that difficult, either. With beating the boss, the final area is unlocked, and the first level in it is... the long-awaited sequel to the Construction Site Part 1, the Construction Site Part 2. And it is the final auto-scroller, and honestly, I really do not have that much to say. I do not want to repeat myself, just literally do the same things as with every auto-scroller. The level isn't actually that harder than the ice rink either, although these wrecking balls can be quite annoying. Especially this one. God, you have to know it's coming so you can jump over it. And I guess the final section could be a bit challenging, but I haven't had any issues myself. I really do not want to artificially inflate the duration of the video, especially how long it's getting, dear god. So let's just talk about the all coins achievement, yeah? The level may be easy, but if I was ranking it based on how hard it is to get all coins, this would go straight to hell. You see, the level doesn't have that many branching paths with coins. That's great, yeah? But what makes it hard are these batches of coins. No matter how you position yourself and where you jump, you're gonna miss them. Jump early, you miss. Jump late, you miss. I swear you have to get lucky to get them. What's worse is that if you make it, there's a chance you might not even collect every... It's just... oh my god, we're almost done. Pink Panther, where are your eyebrows? Gangster's Lair is the final level you play before facing the final boss. The record time is 4 minutes, meaning it's the second longest record time in the game. And the level starts with a guy telling me that I'll die. You die. Oh yeah, he also makes it very apparent, as if you approach him, he'll keep repeating that phrase. Here, have a listen. You die. Okay, so the first thing you have to steal is water and... Why are you calling out for your mother?
I want mommy, I want milk, I want to be held, I want to be comforted.
Anyways, you have to give it to a guy whose nose is so pointy that you can cut open an envelope with it. After that, you have to go to this bank and steal the money. And here's a tip, go for this pipe here. You have to crouch through it, and it drops you off right next to the bank. Steal the cash, make your way to the key, and... Okay. This level is... It's quite long, with you needing to run an entire marathon to get to the other side of the level. It doesn't have any challenging parts, or a confusing level layout or anything. And at this point of the game, you'll be so accustomed to everything that the level won't be a problem at all. I really cannot give any tips or anything at all, really. For the all coins achievement, to get this batch of coins here, on the other half of the level, get onto the truck and onto these platforms here, and go left. And with that, we can finally move on to... the final boss of the game. Why do you look like the troll face? You would think that it would be some sort of an epic showdown because it's the final boss. Well, no, it's as piss easy as the other two. Essentially, this guy right here alternates between these two platforms, and you have to put a bomb on the platform where he's not standing, as if he's in your line of sight, he shoots you. Repeat the process 6 times and... 6 times? No game, changing the music while being the same shit does not make it unique. Although, on the second hit, he sends out 2 of his buddies that tell me that I will die. Great. They aren't that much of a threat either. They usually stay on the ground floor and you can easily jump over them. The record time is 1 minute and 50 seconds, and I'll tell you this, he always stands on the right platform when you begin the boss fight. And I am not sure, but I think if you jump on a platform where he is standing and then fall down, you can make him immediately go to the other platform. Also, he can trick you by going to the same platform after you detonate. And I have no clue if that is random or not, I just went by total guesswork. But again, you can see him before he sees you, so you can just go down and go to the other platform. The enemies he sends out can get in the way, but just spin into them. Like I said, they're not a threat at all. Overall, for it being the final boss fight, it's incredibly underwhelming. The hitless achievement isn't that hard either. Just kill the enemies before making your way up to the boss, and that's it. But after all of that trouble, you get the final key, and wait, what? You were alive the entire time! Wait, so you're telling me that you faked your death so you can get your nephew to risk his life by getting chased by criminals, dinosaurs, getting almost eaten alive by a giant plant just so you can steal your treasure from him? You, my man, I have no words. Wow. And with that, the video is over. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. It would mean the world to me if you subscribed. It takes a long time to make these videos, so it would help out a lot. In the description, I have a link to a playlist of these record times, so if you're interested, you can give it a watch. Expect more Retro Achievements content, and see us soon. Hopefully.